Hey guys, it's Rich with another Stitch and Witch vlog. Okay, before I get to stitching, I kind of want to tell you guys that after I made my video about shirts and my little rant on shirts and my war on how much they cost, I got another blue one because I do love the color blue. And it's the same style as this one here, my pink shirt. I got one in a light green, and I got an orange polo, which is kind of like the blue polo that I was wearing the other day. And so I got one of those as well. So yeah, I got some new shirts. Like I said, the other green one is in the laundry already. I was wearing that yesterday. I'm really enjoying wearing different colored shirts and, adding a little color into my life. So it's really been kind of fun. I hated seeing the prices of, almost $12 a shirt, but I figured if I get 5 of them all together, if I have 5 all together, then I have a shirt for every regular weekday. And then I can wear a gray shirt here and there. But I really wanted to add a little bit more color into my life. So I went out and bought myself some more shirts. Before I really get into this video, I wanted to say that you might want to stick around until the end. Just a little hint. Anyway, in this one I want to talk about why I like doing something while talking to you guys. This is probably why I talk with my hands too. And excuse the noises outside, I have no clue why, but it's like ridiculously noisy out there today. And my windows are thin as all get out. So, yeah, there's that. So, why do I like to do a project and talk at the same time? I'm not really a multitasker. And I do like to talk with my hands, so this kind of keeps me in control, kind of keeps me focused on something. But more than that, it goes back to whenever I lived with my aunt and uncle. Now, my parents, and I might have shared this part before, my parents and I, my dad and my stepmother, don't really see eye to eye whenever it comes to religion. And it's not that, they disapprove of my religious choices or anything like that. It's that they didn't see a point in me educating myself on religion in the house whenever I was growing up. So much to the point that they wouldn't even let me have a Bible in the house. I actually got one from a friend of mine whose dad was a pastor, and it was a little pocket Bible, and I had to keep it in my book bag. And I don't know whatever happened to that. I wish I still had it. But, alas, I have no clue where it went, unfortunately. My aunt, however, the one that I ended up going to her house during the summers, actually gave me one that's sitting right down here, and I'll have to show that in another video. It's quite an interesting Bible. But since my hands are occupied, I may just have to show it another time. But anyway, I digress, which I probably will do a lot here and there. So around the age of 14 or 15, I went and started going up to my aunt and uncle's, every summer. And I sometimes would spend a few weeks, sometimes I would spend a few months. But every time that I went up there, I would spend a lot of time working on the farm. My aunt and uncle had a horse farm, and I'd end up working for them, just doing some menial labor. And my uncle and I would build fences to keep the horses in. And while we were working on these fences, he would sit there and he and I would either discuss religion or politics or what we thought of a certain social environment of some sort in one way or another. We always had something to talk about. Even what his childhood was like. I always found interesting. And this is an uncle that married into the family, so there was no real blood ties, but I really enjoyed the time that I had with him. And just so you know, this isn't the same uncle that I talked about before that had passed away. Not the same uncle. I have several. So whenever my uncle was out at work, he was in the Army for about 30 years, active duty and reserve. But while he was at work, my aunt and I would spend a lot of quality time together. Our thing to do together was to garden. And while we gardened, we would talk about the same stuff. And instead of her just talking about her childhood, she'd talk about the rest of the family. And anybody who has watched my channel before knows how in-depth I like to go into my family history. I actually might share a little bit of that on these Stitch and Witch vlogs as well. But by knitting or crocheting or doing some sort of activity while talking to you, it kind of takes me back to those times where I would just sit around and do something with my hands, something constructive, something productive, and I would talk about the more meaningful things in life. So I like to think that's kind of what I'm doing here. Whether or not it's meaningful or just that we're gaining that sense of connection, that sense of community that's being knit into this piece in particular. So yeah, I just want to vlog about that a little bit and give you guys a little bit more background into the idea of why I like to stitch and witch. So I also wanted to kind of talk about what today is and how special it is. Not because somebody was born on this date, not because it's my birthday. Kind of wish it was, and if your birthday's on this day, I am really jealous of you. I always wanted a leap day birthday. To be young for a very long time. It was always a birthday that I really wanted. However, I got stuck with Christmas Day, December 25th. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. And if you're out there and your birthday is on a holiday, you know how much it sucks. Especially a gift-giving holiday. But I digress once again. Like I said, this day is actually a very special day. The only reason that we have this day is because that every year we have a quarter of a day that is lost. So we make it up on February 29th. It's actually something I find quite fascinating, so yeah, but that's about the extent of how I find it fascinating. I find it kind of cool how we're actually given an extra day each 4 years to deal with. And what will you do with that extra day? Will it just be like any other? Or will you do something special? This leap day, I'm choosing to spend it with you. Making my videos. Making a special gift for a special friend. And, yeah. Offering up a special reward for those who have made it this far. So, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations! You have the chance of being put in for February's free tarot reading giveaway. Now, I will say this. Jamal, if you're watching, please still contact me because, yeah, I didn't put a deadline on it, so I will honor that for one more week. So as of March 7th, that free tarot reading giveaway for Jamal will expire because I can't just have that hovering over my head forever. So if Jamal is out there listening, go into the bottom bar, email me your question, and I will do your reading. So for the rest of you who are not Jamal, what I need you to do is somewhere in the comment section, write tarot. You can include it in your comment if you have a comment. If you don't have a comment, just simply write the word tarot please, or something to that effect, if you would like to be put in the drawing for the free tarot reading giveaway. Now I'm going to close out the drawing on Sunday, March 6th. So that gives you a little less than a week to go ahead and comment below using the word tarot, either in your comment itself or simply writing tarot. Fairly easy rules. I will close the drawing on March 6th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So that gives you all a frame of reference, since I believe most of the people who watch my channel are in the States. You know what Eastern Standard Time is, and it's going to be about 2 o'clock my time on Monday, right? Yeah. Sunday going into Monday. So the 6th going into the 7th, midnight. Have your entry or your comment in by that time, and you will be entered into the drawing. Now, excuse me. Now after your after I have all of the entries in on the 7th, I will be pulling the lucky winner. And I will do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to put the names in a bowl, pick one out, and yeah, pretty self-explanatory. You guys know how drawings are done. Anyway, so I'm going to do that on the 7th, right after entries close. So I will be doing the drawing, and then I will post the video on Monday so you can see who won. As of that time, you have 1 week to get a hold of me, because I just don't want to have, you know, all these, oh, hey, I won a drawing, like, 3 months ago, and I'm finally ready for my reading. Yeah, we can't do that, guys. So, hope you understand. And, yeah. So you get a free reading, and I will get a little bit more tarot practice, which is always needed. Hopefully I can edit this down to a manageable amount of time. I really don't want to hit over the 20-minute mark. Really don't even want to hit that long. But some stories are a little longer than others, and some are worth telling a little bit more than others. So I'm going to have to go back and recount the last row that I did, but I think I nailed that one. But anyway, that's what it's looking like so far. Kind of loving it. So I hope Annie does too. I'm also looking to see what I want my next project to be. So if you have any ideas, please nothing huge or overly complicated, because even though I've been knitting for, gosh, years and years, well over a decade, I've only done it like on and off. So Still not a master by any stretch of the imagination. Just something I like to do to keep my hands busy. And in the meantime, share what you do to keep yourself busy. If it's knitting, crocheting, anything like that. Share if you have a design you want me to make. You can email it to me, or you can leave it down in the comments with the word tarot if you would like a tarot reading, or to be entered in the free tarot reading giveaway. Yeah, share in a video response what you guys like to do as far as crafts and things that you're creative at, and possibly start a vlog series on it. I'd really be interested in seeing it, so yeah. Until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.